Alrighty guys, as the kid bringing us another Dragon Ball Legends TOP guide video. So this is going to be part 1 of the walkthrough for season 21. So starting off, this is the team we're going to be using. We are going to be using Regeneration. I know that's a fan favorites amongst you guys. That way we can go ahead and get as many of you guys into the top 1000s as we possibly can, because Regeneration is the most viable team in TOP. Not only, I think the main reason why I call it the most viable team is just because it is the most versatile, right? You have so many options here. There's so many different choices to choose from, and you can see right here the only color that I'm really opting out of is purple, right? So I'm not really bringing in a purple units here, and I mean, you could, but it's just one of those seasons. Sometimes you'll kind of like feel that vibe when you look at the board and you look at the teams that you're coming across. You can kind of like single out a single color where you feel like it's not necessary to your team. For this one, you could argue that you want a purple right here, for sure. And if you do want to bring in a purple, I always recommend that purple Zenkai Janemba. I know some of you guys may or may not like him, but just he's a free to play Zenkai. I feel like he's pretty solid. He's a defensive type. He's able to mitigate some damage right here. But this is the team we're going to be using. So you have a couple formations with this. As always, make sure you guys put on your equipment before starting TOP, because you can't do so unless you actually land on a yellow tile, which is a big no-no. You can do it like this, right? So the reason why I have it like this is because this Piccolo, he can heal in those tiles, right? You can see them flashing up right there. Those are his healing tiles. But you're not always going to need these extra heals as well as the extra yellow unit. So in some situations, I'm going to go ahead and do this setup instead, where I have the red 21 right here in the center, buffing up the two allies in the top left and the top right. And you could even switch it up by doing this too, to give Boo-Tanks more damage, right? And you can do it like this as well, right? But it's going to be up to you. You have to really determine what's going to best fit your actual team formation. You also have to be looking at the layout bonuses, so make sure you guys are doing that. And another thing to mention is that not all of my characters here are at friendship rank level 10, right? It's Boo-Tanks, the LF Piccolo, the LR Piccolo, Fat Boo, and then Omega Shenron, right? I have to still work on the others. I'm primarily working on that red 21 right now. And in case you guys are new here, the significance of the friendship rank is simply to upgrade all of your stats. These are my TOP stats right here. A good basis to look at is your key restore speed. You can see right here Fat Boo's sitting at a 2,523, but if we look at his regular stats, it's only at 2,400, so that's an extra 100 key restore speed right off the bat right there from the friendship rank, right? So that's why you want to go ahead and get that friendship rank. They give you stats exclusively for TOP. Alright, so the first fight we're going to be participating in is this one off to the left right here against the Gohan Goten combo. I will be including this fight so that way you guys can go ahead and actually see my attack order here. For this fight, I want to do it like this, right? I have Boo-Tanks up here because I want him to get buffed by the Zenkai 21, and then I have Fat Boo smushed in between the middle, like in the sandwich right here between Boo-Tanks and the LF Piccolo, just that way, because Boo-Tanks can take a lot of damage, so you have to be really careful with him. Let's see how this does. Alright, so in terms of attack order, always going to be attacking Goten first, and then we'll get Gohan out of the way, right? Then we go for Kaioken Goku, right? Because those are the main 3 units you want to finish off. Then at the 4th turn, we'll get rid of the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then Great Saiyaman, and then the Transforming Trunks. I think his transformation will be over by that time, so this is pretty good for me. Alright, so coming out of that fight right there, honestly went decent. I would say we didn't take, I mean, we did take damage. I'm not gonna lie to you guys on that front right there, but overall I'm still happy with it. It took no super attacks at all. Android 21 has a ton of key restore to offer. You know, she attacks very early on. She's actually one of my, it's actually surprising to me if you guys watched the fight Bootanks was almost like amongst the last to attack right there, which is kind of crazy considering he does have really high key restore speed. And one thing that I did screw up on was I did not have this. I don't know why, but it always sets this guy to strike attack. And the way to fix that is you just go ahead and click on his strike attack icon and switch it over to blast. Alright, for the next fight, we're going to be going to this 5-fist stage off to our left-hand side. One of these easy fights right here, right? We got an easy fight going on for us right here. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's some extreme. There's one extreme on here. Let's go and talk about layout. All right, so for this order right here, I kind of want to do something experimental. If it doesn't go well, definitely just do the opposite of what I did. Let's start off with by attacking a red. But since you do have Bootanks, it's just assuming that you guys do have Bootanks. But since if you guys saw the last fight, Bootanks actually attacked later on in the lineup. I want to actually try to get this Gohan down, see if I can actually get him down. And then we'll go for this Kid Buu, and then we'll go for Bojack, and then the Young Nappa, and then the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then the EX. The EX isn't going to be doing too much damage anyways. Let's see how this does. Yeah, so the experiment was a failure. Don't do what I did right there. I ended up taking a super from Bojack. Thankfully, he actually supered one of my yellow units, so I'm actually kind of fine with that. The only thing here being is that what had happened, what my plan was, is because I had 3 units attack before Bootanks actually supered. I was hoping that those 3 units were going to be able to finish off that yellow Gohan, but it was literally they were 1 card away from actually finishing him off, man. Literally 1 card away. If we would have been able to kill right there, the plan would have been successful, but it wasn't. So you're probably just better off attacking your red unit first, right off rip, and then going for Bojack. Alright, so next fight is going to be this Forfeit stage directly above the last. We have some extreme units on here, and you always know that's a massive green flag for me.
Oh no.
Guys, so I messed up again. Really bad, I'm so sorry. I was playing really sloppily. I just woke up a while ago, but I accidentally fat fingered that. This was actually pretty scary because Pycon can get a super attack here. Thankfully, we did avoid it, but I accidentally moved to tile. I didn't even do my layout order or anything. I just clicked on just move to this tile without choosing my attack order and doing my layout. None of that stuff. So, but anyways, for the attack order for this one, though, it'd probably be Pycon first, right? Simply because he can get that blue card, the guaranteed blue card, and then I would target this Zamasu, right? Because then your yellows just start going to be piling in, and then I would get rid of this Omega Shenron, and then the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then you go for Sin Shenron, and then the Kid Goku, right? The EXs aren't really someone that you guys have to really worry about. Alright, so for the next fight we're going to be taking on is this Forfeit stage, once again against the Gohan Goten combo. And so let's go ahead and talk about the layout because there are a lot of reds right here. Alright, so due to there being a lot of reds right here, we're going to sub out one of our yellows, right? Just one of them. It's going to be that Legends Road Piccolo because I do need the LF Piccolo for that blue card damage, right? So we're just hoping that we can burn through these reds pretty easily, just hoping, right? I'm going to be swapping out that Legends Road Piccolo for the Omega Shenron, who also has a really high key restore speed, so I'm not really too worried about that on that aspect at the very least, right? So let's go ahead and hop into it with this formation. Alright, so starting off, we're going for Goten first, and then we will take care of Gohan, then Kaioken Goku, and then the healer, and then I think, honestly, I think we'll go for Super Saiyan 4, and then this guy right here. I think that will be fine. Alright, that fight was honestly extremely scary right here because both of those reds at the end, they both attacked my LF Piccolo. I think at this point, I need to start healing my LF Piccolo right here. I think the biggest takeaway from this is that we did not get hit by a super, but having all 3 of those red units just saved for the very end because you have to focus your attacks on these 3 right here. Maybe it was best to not bring in a yellow unit at all right there, and that could have been an option for me if I had brought someone else for the bench or something like that, right? I think that's probably like the biggest weakness of having so many yellows. Alright, so for our first 5th win streak bonus, we're going to be going against this Forfeit stage, and the only reason why we're going for a Forfeit stage and not a 5-fist stage is because there aren't any, right? There's no, if you look at this little this row right here, there's no 5-fist stages, so we're going for this one. You could also go for this one as well. I do believe this would probably be the easier one, but in the grand scheme of thing, I think over here you're going to have a better path for more points. So let's go ahead and talk about layout. Alright, so we will be using this same setup once again, and we actually lucked out right here. Thankfully, there is a sustained damage cut tile right here. That way Piccolo can take advantage of it, right, because he's already at 58% HP. We need him to start healing. After this fight, I think we're going to start subbing in that EX Yellow Piccolo so we can get some extra healing off on him right here. So let's see how this does. Alright, so once again, Goten first, then Gohan, Kaioken, and then we'll get the healer out of the way, actually. And then we'll go for this Vegeta, and then the Goku for last. I know this Goku is a healer, but the thing about him is he only heals when you attack him. So if you save him for last, he's not really going to be healing anyone. Alright, so coming out of that fight right there, once again, I think things went decently, right? Things obviously could have went a lot better. We're taking a little bit of damage on 3 of our units right here, Bootanks, Piccolo, and the Red 21 at this point in time, but we have built up some super attacks in the process here too. Successfully evaded all super attacks from the opposing side right here. I think we're just lacking a little bit of damage, right? Just a little bit of damage overall, but either way, I would still do the same order right here. Alright, so next fight we're going to be doing is this Forfeit stage to the right of us. It's going to be against Regeneration. So let's go ahead and talk about layout. Alright, so for this layout, I'm going to be subbing out to Legendary Piccolo as well as the Red 18, and you can see I'm trying to go for some hills right here, right? I'm going to be getting double hills on both the Bootanks and on the LF Piccolo right here. And typically, I would just go like this for my Red Omega Shinron right here, right? But he has a super attack. It's at 100%, and I want to take advantage of this yellow space so I can take the blue card and turn it into an ultimate. Alright, so now I think the move here is because we know that Ultra Omega is going to be getting his ultimate early on due to his high key restore speed. I want to take out Piccolo right off the bat, and then I want to pick off the Kid Buu if I possibly can, right? With the blue card from Bootanks. And then we got to get the green out of the way so we can protect our Bootanks a little bit, and that at that point in time I think we will be rotating into turn 3. And so at the beginning of turn 3, hopefully we get the super attack off with the LF Piccolo. And then we'll go for Nail, right, the extreme unit. He's not really going to be too much of an issue. And then the revival cell at the very end. Alright, so coming out of that one, honestly, very disappointed in that run. We could have done a lot better there. Bootank's taking a lot of damage as well. We did not get the full kill. We did not get the full kill. We got Nail out of the way, but we weren't able to get rid of Cell. We weren't even able to get through his first life right here. I think the main issue was just being that at the beginning, I really got cucked. So Omega Shenron wasn't able to finish off the enemy's LF Piccolo with the ultimate attack, which was very, very disappointing to me. And then, so Bootanks, he ended up not getting the super attack off on Kid Buu, right? Because Kid Buu, I think, was being covered, or we got, so basically what happened, so Ultra Omega didn't kill, and so the next unit that attacked was my green unit, was my Cell, and then he would have finished off the kill, but he got saved by the green 21, man. Everything kind of just went to crap right there, unfortunately. Dude, that green 21 is so damn annoying, and then she also solar flared. A lot of things just went wrong in that fight right there. Just something to keep in mind of. That way you guys can go ahead and maybe come up with something better, a better approach. Alright, so next fight we will be going directly above us. It's going to be against this stage right here, but it has the Gohan Goten setup, but not the one that you typically think of. It has Goten, but it's the LF Goten. They don't have the yellow Goten right here, so that's one less super that you have to worry about. Let's go into the attack order. Alright, so for this fight, we're going to be kicking it off like this. Once again, we need the heals for Bootanks, and we need the heals for the LF Piccolo. Alright, so I wanna confidently go ahead and say we're safe to do it like this. Start off with Gohan. Right, Gohan, because he's going to get attacked first regardless, no matter what we do. And then the Kaioken Goku, and then we'll get rid of the Red Kid Goku before he can get a super. I mean, he's going to get 50% to his gauge, but I don't think it'll be enough. And then we'll get this guy who has a buff against regeneration, then the other Goten, and then this guy for the last one. So coming out of that fight, pretty good. I mean, honestly, dude, like, I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I feel like this season, I'm taking a lot more damage than normally, right? I don't know if it's because I'm getting more of like a blast-based team here, right? Especially because maybe I should have gone with a better green for regeneration overall. I'm not too sure. Because Cell, I think he's only, because he has a weird Z ability right here. Still decent points right here. We were able to get the full kill, obviously 1.2 million points, but things are getting a little bit scary. Alright, so the next fight we're going to be taking on is this 5-5 stage fight. I don't think this one's going to be too difficult as long as you play your cards right. Right, so the main thing being is that Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku, or the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and the Full Power Frieza can both get blue cards. Alright, for this layout, I'm going to be doubling down on the reds. So 2 reds, 2 greens, and then 2 yellows right here, right? I'm going to let Bootanks ride the bench on this one, and normally, if he was higher HP, I would not let this happen. I would probably just bring him on just for the extra blue card damage right off rip. But it's just because I'm worried for his health, for his sustainability right here with the 21. I know she's going to be a little bit tankier, and I also know that she's going to be getting double heals right here. I mean, Bootanks would also be getting double heals, but he's not as tanky, right? So we're going to go ahead and do it like this. And another thing that I want to mention is that since Full Power Frieza gets a guaranteed blue card if you use a blast on him, I'm actually going to start swapping these guys to strike cards. You'll see that right now, and I'll switch it back after, but just for this fight right here, I cannot afford to be getting hit with these blue cards, right? Alright, so for the attack order for this fight, I think I'm gonna go with Kaioken first, right? Because he does get that blue card on turn 2, and then we can maybe take out Zanya and then Frieza, and then we'll get this Gohan, this Goku, and then this EX Bojack at the very end. Hopefully this works out well. Alright, so like I said before, definitely one of the more easier fights right here. You could see my LF Piccolo gradually healing up, and that's exactly what I want to see right here. The free-to-play 21 didn't do too bad either. She's still taking damage right here, right? I think this is still why I cement the point that Ultra Omega Shenron will always be my favorite red right here, man. Like, even when he goes down below HP, he still can heal up, or down below 50% HP, he can heal up a substantial amount, I think like 10% or so. And, well, this free-to-play 21 really doesn't have no means of healing herself, right? Got the full kill right here, everything looking pretty right, I would say so myself, and not bad at all. Also, make sure you guys are swapping your units back to Blast-based if you guys have Blast-based units. Easily do that just by, once again, just doing the same process. Click on their strike icon and then go back to Blast. Alright, so the next fight we have is going to be this Forfeit stage. Once again, one of these easier stages. A lot of red units. I mean, well, there's 2 reds, 2 purples, but there's multiple EXs, 3 EXs to be specific. So let's go ahead and go into our attack, or our layout bonus. Alright, so this is how I'm going to rock with this formation right here. Once again, this Healer Piccolo right in the middle. Honestly, I kind of hope he takes damage. I want to be real honest with you guys. Because if he takes damage, I mean, he's not necessarily, he's the healer, right? He's still crucial to the team and all, but he's not really our damage dealer. So I'm okay with him soaking some stuff up, being that he's just the healer overall. Obviously, once again, I'm hoping to get some more heals across some of these other units on the board. That being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and take out a red unit first. It's going to be this Tapion. And then we'll take out this Kid Goku, right? And then we'll take out this other red, go for this Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then we'll take out this guy for sure, and then this Super Baby 2. As always, I think that's just my preference right here. I know a lot of people say that I shouldn't attack the healer last, but this is how I like to go about it. I feel like this works best for me. Alright, so that fight went so damn well, man. 1.2 million points, we'll take that. We're getting a little bit of heals on Bootanks as well. That is definitely probably the highlight of this fight right here. LF Piccolo almost at full health too. Got the full kill. Like I said before, once you see those EX units coming in, that is like one of the greenest of flags. So now, of course, we're on our 10th win streak bonus. We have to go for the big boy fights. And the reason why I went for this path right here is so I can end up right here. I want to go against this stage. It's not going to be too difficult. Although there's no EX units on here, this is still very good for us. So this is the layout I'm going to be using for this one right here. The reason why I'm going to be putting my 2 reds on the bench or on the backup right here is just because he has 2 blue units. And, you know, I feel like they could do a lot of damage if given the opportunity. Plus, VB on the other team, he's a little bit RNG dependent where he could follow up a strike card with another strike card. Alright, so the way I want to order this is I want to take out the red unit first. Obviously, I have a lot of yellows on my team, so I have to do that. And then we'll go for this purple unit. I feel like he'll go down fairly easily. Then we'll go for the green unit, the yellow unit, and then the blue should also fall down pretty easily. I'm not too worried about the blues because I don't have any reds on my team, and I have 2 greens. But we'll go for VB first, and then and then the Dynamic Goku. Alright, so coming out of the 10th win streak bonus right here, 1.9 million points. Would have really loved to have seen 2 million hit right there. I have hit 2 million points on that stage before in prior seasons. Bootanks did take too much damage, I think. I think that was the main thing, and I'm really glad that we have double heals for him. But you can see right here, we're farming a lot of super attacks. Everyone else still in pretty good condition. We did get the full kill, and you know, I think things went pretty well, except for the fact that Gohan did use his cover change, right? Gohan did use his cover change, so I think the one thing I would change is instead of going for this Goku Black for the number 3 pick, I would probably go for the Gohan instead, because he was pretty annoying right there. Okay, so next fight, we're going directly above us for another 5-fist stage, but there is 2 EX units on it, right? So we have that going for us. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about our layout. Honestly, I want to keep just rocking it like this, dude. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I think this is still the move right here, man. These double hills feel so damn nice, and we are coming up on a lot of blue cards right here, so let's just do it like this. So I think what we'll do here is we'll go for Topo first, right? Because Topo has that ability where he takes all of that damage on the first turn, right? He has like that Gohan ability, so we have no choice but to take him down first. I think Bootanks will make quick work of him, and then after that, I want to get this Jiren out of the way, just because I have Bootanks on the field. And then we can go, I want to say we can get this EX out of the way and then go for the UI Goku and then the Dispo and then Bojack. Hopefully this is okay. My plan here is that I want LF Piccolo to super attack the UI Goku so I don't trigger his gauge at all. Alright, so I think that was the perfect setup right there. I think this one went, I think the formation that we had as well as the attack order, this was the most optimal one I've had so far in this run right here. Everything went according to plan. We were able to perfectly line up that LF Piccolo super attack onto the UI Goku, so we didn't have to deal with his gauge at all. Completely I feel like a flawless run right here. We finished it basically in turn 3 right there, and you know, everything went good. No one really took too much damage right here. We even see Bootanks healing up a little bit. Alright, so next fight is going to be one of the accursed fights right here, this Forfeit stage. At this point, you can, because the next fight I want to do is this one right here, right? So you could either, you have two options. You could, if you're really low on HP, I would suggest just going for this 3/5 stage. Even though this stage looks just as annoying. It looks just as annoying because Android 21 can Solar Flare, Super 17 can eat a blast attack, 16 has a universal cover change, and the Super 13 has a guaranteed blue. Yeah, this one actually looks terrible to fight against. We're going for this stage right here against the Gohan Goten combo, which still is pretty terrible, but at least we have somewhat of a counter for it. Alright, so I need a red unit here, right? I need a red unit right here. I could bring in the free-to-play 21, but my confidence in her is drastically falling, right? She's not really, I could, once again, like I said before, I could use her here, but it's just that I feel like she's just not eating the damage as much as I would like her to. So I'm going to actually offer him Ultra Omega Shinron so I can just play it a little bit safe. I know it's going to hurt my points, but I'm willing to take that risk. For this one, though, I think the attack order has to be a little bit different because there has been times in the past where the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he actually aggroes onto my Bootanks. He stops my Bootanks from attacking first, right? He's done that in the past, and it's been very frustrating to me. So I'm actually going to go start off with Goten first, and then the Kaioken Goku, right? Because that's, by him like doing that to my Bootanks, it's actually stopped me from killing Kaioken before he super attacks me. So do it like this first, and then we'll go for Goten. Or I mean Gohan, and then we'll go for, I suppose we go for this guy, and then we'll go like that. Hopefully this pans out for us. Alright, so things did pan out well for the most part, right? With a disclaimer there on Bootanks just getting absolutely smacked up, man. They need to leave my Bootanks alone. I just finished like basically getting up to full HP there. But either way, we still were able to avoid all of the super attacks right there. It was a little bit dangerous. Kaioken almost got it off, but LF Piccolo came in, saved the day, and supered him before he actually supered us right there. And this kid, Goku, right, the Super Saiyan 3 kid Goku, I was scared, but he actually hit us with the can't inflict an attack onto this yellow Piccolo, which was not a big deal to me at all. Either way, still a pretty annoying fight, I would say. Alright, for the last fight of the video, we will be challenging this 5/5 stage to the right of us. Once again, thankfully, this is going to be an easier stage. We've seen the stage before, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so I'm going to be doing this fight this way. So my goal here for this setup is to get some heals for Bootanks and for free-to-play 21. That's why you see me bringing in her right here. Let's see how this goes. I'm hoping we can do something good. Alright, for this layout, I think I'm going to go for Kid Buu first. Since I learned my lesson from last time, I'm not going to go experimental on this. I'm going to just stick with what works, especially this late in the game. And then we'll go with the Bojack right here. And then after that, I need to get the green unit out of the way, right? Because he's going to pose an imminent threat to my Bootanks. And then I think we can go for young Nappa here. And then this guy, this Android 13. And then the Gohan for the very end, right? Because he doesn't really have type advantage against any of my characters. Alright, so that's going to be the final match of this TOP video. 1.5 million points. Once again, Bootanks. Bootanks only took one hit that fight, but guess who it was from? Guess who it was from? The damn green unit. Even though I attacked him on so early, that's very unfortunate for me. But it is what it is. We still got the full kill right here. I still think that was a really good run. overall, and we got a little bit of heals for the free-to-play 21. We just got to work on Bootank's getting his health back up, but it's a process for that. We're already halfway in. I think we are pretty solid right here. Let's go ahead and see where we're at in terms of leaderboard. Alright, so we are ranked 302 on the leaderboard. I thought we were going to be a lot lower than that. So Regeneration still absolutely solid. The only thing so far, my consensus with this is just that we are a lot more squishy. I feel like unless the enemy's doing just a lot more damage this season, I do feel like we're taking a lot of damage right here. And then compared to the number 1, 2, and 3 players, we're not too far behind in terms of score. We're on the cusp of 17 million. These guys have 17.5. So we'll go ahead and take that for this part 1 of this walkthrough right here. I'll see you guys once we refill on 12 energy, so stay tuned for part 2. Let me know in the comments down below what's working for you, what isn't, if you guys need any more advice on this. And so that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll catch you later.